Folks, this is a sneak peek with the one and only Maury Ford.
TC, how are you?
And we've got some new knives for
Yes,
summer.
we do.
From Case. Let's light it up. So, right off the bat, since
Yes, sir.
since Tyler already let the cat out of the bag, we're not getting bucked
that
here.
video.
It's peanut butter jelly time, peanut butter jelly time, peanut butter jelly time. That's right.
Here we go. We're not.
So
that's for sure.
These are actual exclusives that
Yes.
you can only get through Smoky Mountain Knife Works.
That is exactly right.
This is the PB&J,
Yep.
peanut butter and jelly. And I'm going to let you hold that.
Okay.
So this is going to be a whole series, just like the Sea Dragon was.
Yes.
And again, these are exclusive. That means you can only get them here.
We can only get them at Smoky. So you're right. Building on the success of the Sea Dragon and just all those things, right? I know there's been you guys did an amazing job kind of hyping that, but I love to see the secondary market.
Yeah.
That's one of the great things that we love about Case Knives. So PB&J, this went back and forth a few times, and Josh and Tyler were like, man, you got to burn it a little bit more. It doesn't look like, I don't see the peanut butter in that. I need a little bit darker. I need a little bit darker. So you're going to see, obviously, we start with a beautiful purple shade there. This is the large 75 Stockman.
Right.
This was in that video. Funny story. We got people screenshotting the video, sending it to the office like, what is this? You know, I can't wait. But this will be a Smokey exclusive. All the knives that we're going to show today are coming out this summer. We're trying to expedite, prioritize some. We know that with Sea Dragon only winding down because you're sold out.
Yep.
There'll be a few other patterns that we kick back into that, but this is gonna, I think, the PB&J. Our hope, yeah.
I didn't say anything.
Our hope is to have, some of these. You know, we're pushing, man. We'd like to have some before Blade Show, but I can't make any promises because
Right.
I've been caught in that realm a little too often than I'm comfortable with. But we are going to push for that. Now, I will say that I do know for a fact the Razor is going to be a little bit later than the
Right.
rest of the series. So if everything comes in that May, early June, 1st of July, the Razor is probably going to be about a 30-day behind
Right.
it. So don't give up on it. Still get people that call even our office our factory trying to get the Razor, and they think you're sold out,
Right.
but you've only gotten a portion of the total
Exactly.
production. So more of that to come. I think they can sign up to be notified on your website.
Right.
But these PB&J, man, it's got all the makings of another Sea Dragon, in my opinion. It looks fantastic. Everybody loves purple, and I think purple does well for us in knives, just that natural bone, and then you flame treat it and you burn it. It just brings it out. So I think our artisans did a really good job, and we really kind of changed our specs to make sure that we burn it well enough
Right.
that you're going to see the peanut butter in the jelly.
Yeah,
So,
exactly.
So in this, you're going to have a total of 8 different patterns. You're going to have the trapper. I don't know if you want to show them all.
Yeah. Show them real quick.
All right. Well,
yeah.
yeah. Well, these are beautiful. You're going to have just the traditional trapper. These are going to have the Case arrowhead shield in it. You're going to see that burn on both the mark and the pile side. Beautiful knives. So you got the trapper. We already showed the big 75 Stockman. Of course, I'm all about the sow belly.
Sow belly,
The
yeah.
sow belly is a fantastic knife, and
It was
it's a
Tony
Tony
Bo's favorite.
Tony
yeah.
Bo's design. I guess it's more near and dear for that reason, but it's also probably my favorite 3-bladed knife that we make, if I'm being honest. So you're going to see that again. You're going to see that burn all the way through. You're going to see that arrowhead shield. The razor, the vault pattern. This is a 2-bladed version, right? So you're going to have that razor blade, and you're also going to have the pin blade in that. But yeah, so that razor, the vault pattern. This is going to be a limited production, just like all of our SFOs with you guys. So you're going to have the vault pattern in a limited production, and you never can.
Sodbuster is what does it.
Sodbuster always, right? And you can't predict the future. But if I were a betting man, I think this is going to be equally as hot, and also it's going to be one of those things that are probably going to sell out quickly. We tried to go a little heavier in production, just based on the success of the Sea Dragon. But even at that, I don't look for this to be around very long. But PB&J, again, there's already a frenzy, and I guess it was just on your video with Tyler, because I did watch that video.
Right.
When he was talking about it, I'm like, wait, are we going there now? I'm like,
yeah.
So there we go.
Absolutely.
Mini trapper, just a traditional Case mini trapper. Again, man, these are just beautiful. So I know a lot of folks like to get the whole set like they did the Sea Dragon. and this one's going to be no different.
Whoa, this
Whoa,
one.
yeah.
What? So the Barlow's coming back.
Yes. So the Barlow, it came back in a small way at the end of last year, right? We introduced it back in a couple little promotional families. It's in a couple of items in our family, like our gray pocket worn. We put it in the navy blue. But we're finally able to do a few SFOs on it. So these are the first SFOs on the Barlow since it went into the vault over 3 years ago. So it's been in the vault. It came back out a little bit. Most of what we're doing on this one are things that we didn't do when it was out of the vault, right? So if you're a Barlow guy or girl and you want to find something different, most of the ones we're doing now, we may end up repeating some because the Barlow is so popular. But right now there's none in smooth bone. So this PB&J is really going to be a popular one, but everybody wants a Barlow. Just a classic traditional case knife, obviously.
And then, of course, the Peanut.
The Peanut.
One of the most, I guess, collected ones.
Yeah, I think I've made no bones about it. I collect Peanuts still. I did for my son. He's going to be 30 this year, so I've been collecting the Peanut for 30 years. Now I just collect all case knives, right? I work around and people are like, why are you buying case knives? I'm like, man, why would you not? So it is great. But yeah, this Peanut's going to be good. I can see that going in my collection.
Yeah.
I don't buy every Peanut just because we do a bunch of them, but the special ones,
right?
I believe it's going to be one of them.
Of course.
So yeah, PB&J, man, look for Smoky Exclusive this summer. You're going to see more hype. I know you guys will do some more about it when they actually hit the store and hit the web. So there'll be a lot more activity on that.
And at the very least, I can go ahead and promise you that you'll at least be able to see them in person because we will have at least the samples available to view at Blade Show.
At the Blade Show.
If we don't have some of them already. We're hoping and we should have some of them available for sale there. But we just kind of got to wait and see when they come off the production.
And the folks that go to the Blade Show, just so you know, a lot of times people will go to the Smoky booth and they're like, "Where's all your case knives?" Well, Smoky actually has a booth within the case booth, so these would be for sale in the case booth by Smoky Mountain Knife Works. So yeah, that's right. That's a big deal. They're like, "I went by Smoky. They didn't have it." I said, "You're at Smoky, man. We're right here." So
that whole corner is us.
Yes. Yes. So you'll have the corner then, and usually I think you weave a few case knives in there, but your case inventory, and we're working on some other new stuff. So if you are attending Blade Show, we're really pushing to have some physical product for purchase that you can actually get at the Blade Show in the Smoky booth, inside the case booth.
And I got to see some of that stuff.
You saw some, yeah. Don't talk about that yet. Here we go. So
nice.
A lot of good stuff.
Yeah. So another really cool, very eye-catching pattern is this one right here.
Yes.
What are we calling this?
So we call it Freedom Kieranite. You know, we've done different things. And you're going to see a theme in a lot of our summer items. You know, I'm not saying that, this being an election year, there should be a lot of patriotism. I know there's a lot of turmoil too, but, at the end of the day, we're all Americans. We're all proud to be free and proud of those that fight for our freedom. But you're going to see things. This is going to be our Freedom Kieranite. We're going to have several patterns in this. You're going to see 7 patterns in this series. You're going to see that white shield, that white painted shield that really kind of pops out of there. And then just the Kieranite. And this, Kieranite's such a unique material. It's that it's a synthetic material, but it's got the UV coating. So the more that you carry it and the more you wear it, the shinier it becomes. Yeah. So it's not one of those that's going to dull over time. It's actually going to become more brilliant in there. So you're going to see that 75. We get a lot of people that love this large Stockman.
Oh, yeah.
I can't tell you, for years they're like, "Maury, why isn't Case making more of these?" And we still don't overdo it. But we do try to work that in a lot because there's a lot of people that collect them. It's a great carry knife. It's a little bit larger, so it's like 4 1/4, a little bit larger than even a trapper, or about the same scale as a trapper.
I've still got a couple of my pawpaw's old ones.
Oh yeah.
The 75 pattern was the one that he carried most until he got his last Stockman, which was the smaller version.
Right.
But I've still got like his yellow composite in the CV, and I've got even the the larger size in the rounded end.
Right.
I don't remember which pattern.
So it's a 47.
47,
yeah. The one that we do that. And then you've got the 032, which is a little bit smaller version of this, the medium version of this. But this we just call the large Stockman because it's a hoss, but it's a fantastic one. So we're going to have that one in that Freedom Kieranite. Of course, again, we're going back to the sow belly. The sow belly in that too. I think I may have a few fingerprints on this one, but
that's just beautiful.
But you're also going to see That's actually the item number if somebody's wanting to order it. but you're going to see that Freedom Kieranite, and that's going to be available. A lot of our Freedom Kieranite, you're going to start seeing this probably the end of May, 1st of June.
Nice.
So, I would just encourage, I know it will be on your website as soon as it's available anywhere. So,
Yep.
They can start looking for that on the website and just be alerted to notify
Right.
when it comes into stock. But so we'll have that. We'll have the sow belly.
The trapper.
We're going to do a trapper and everything. And,
Oh, yeah.
Some of you are like, do you always make a trapper? I said,
Yes.
It would be remiss if we didn't. The only thing you'll note that we didn't was the limited edition series last year. And that was only items that were coming back from our temporary capacity. So, but we caught a lot of grief over that. They're like, how did you not? We're like, well, we were trying to keep that,
Special.
kind of genuine into that series. But when we do it again, we'll probably put a trapper and then everything else that comes back, just because everybody wants it. But trapper's always going to be there. Again, the iconic trapper.
The mini trapper.
Mini trapper, same way. This is going to be your traditional just clip and spay. Again, that white shield, man, it really just pops out of there. So, so very nice there.
And what is this?
So this is the 087 jackknife. So we call it the medium. Some people call it the medium Texas jack. We even internally, they're like, what are we calling this thing? Is it a medium jack? Is it a medium Texas jack? I think historically it's been called both. I often refer to it as just a Texas jack because, we did some that were square bolstered and we still do in the amber bone. We did a big one that was a large Texas jack, but a medium jack, medium Texas jack, either one's appropriate, but it's going to have two blades, same end. That's what I always consider a jackknife.
Yep.
Two blades, same end. We also make the one that we call a pen knife in the yellow, the 109, and it's got the other blade on the other side. So same scale,
right?
Totally different design. So again, nice Freedom Kieranite in that medium Texas jack.
And I love seeing these copper.
Yes, copper locks coming back, much like some of the other ones that we did. The Barlow, the sow belly, some of those things that have come back. This large scale copper lock. The mini copper locks become probably one of our top 5 patterns as far as
that's the one that I collect.
People carry it, they collect it. It's just great. It's really a well built knife. Copper lock's the same way, and it's I kind of like it. It's got that beautiful blade on it, that extended clip. You got the long pull, or I call it a French nail pull. Again, there's so much terminology.
Right.
Like, I never heard that. I'm like, I don't know if it's right. So, but I do know that I've called it that. I know people in our factory call it that. So somewhere along the way, it was right for case. So if I say things inappropriately, sorry, it may be case lingo, may not be everybody's lingo, but it's in there. But yeah, that's going to be a good one. So that's.
And then for one of our viewers, Tobias Gibson, he's a big toothpick.
Oh, okay.
So,
I see his posts.
Yeah.
I think Tobias is, he's pretty active online, so that's great.
Absolutely.
So he likes toothpicks, right?
He is a big toothpick fan.
He's not alone in that. I really love this. Some people collect, they've got hundreds and hundreds of toothpicks. But toothpicks are fantastic. Again, that white shield. So this is going to be a must-have for Tobias and probably a lot of other folks. That is our Freedom Kieranite.
Yeah.
And again, look for that I would say by June, just to be safe. But you want to be on top of it, so you make sure that you have that as well.
Those are super eye-catching with that Kieranite. And we've also got something that's along those same patriotic lines with a nice smooth bone here.
Yes.
Let's talk about those.
So the good thing, and in a lot of folks will look, because in our catalog, you're going to say that, we do some natural bone in the catalog this year, just smooth natural. This is just as just plain, but also classic as it gets, right? One of the great things we did with this was we actually have this smooth natural bone with the stars and stripes shield, but we also have carbon steel blades in it. So the smooth natural in the catalog is stainless. The smooth natural that's going to come out in the summer with the stars and stripes shield is carbon. If you remember, we did a carbon natural bone family with the XX shield probably about 4 years ago, man. And, we underestimated that tremendously. And it's also just a super good item too. So you're gonna see that in there, and we're gonna have the canoe in there. So you're gonna see the canoe. You're gonna see there's gonna be 7 patterns in this one as well. So you're gonna have the canoe.
All carbon steel.
All carbon.
Even on the razor.
Even on the razor. So you've got the single razor blade. This is a single blade. So you're gonna have that in there.
Well, that one's going to be mine.
Yeah, I was going to say that's a good one. So you got that really unique blade. I know you guys, all the folks watching this have seen that razor blade, but that is such a cool blade. I've gotten to where I love the single blade version of that too, because it's thin and I don't know, it just feels right. At Large Stockman, man, we're kind of getting several of these. One being your exclusive PB&J. We did it in the Freedom Cure Night. You're also going to see it in this. Again, this is such a great work knife. So we're showing that in this. You're going to see some of those bloodlines into this. The natural bone is just so classic, and you're going to see. It's also great for personalization. So if you wanted to put your name on it, or you want to give this as a gift or something, you can do that. But these are kind of the workhorses with the carbon steel. If you're not as familiar with that on the case side, it will. We always say we guarantee to rust if you don't keep it oiled, but it also will patina and it'll season, and man, it's easy to sharpen. So, what a great steel. The mini trapper in that as well. Again, this is a traditional version, just the clip and the spay blade, natural bone, stars and stripes, carbon. We talked about the copper lock coming back. Now this one's got a little bit of a twist.
Oh yeah.
This is going to have that Warncliffe blade on it, and I love this knife. And when it first came out, it looked a little different, I guess. But when you look at it and you really look at the lines on that, I always think about Tony Bowes when he would talk about lines, and he was like, "Oh, Mar, that's sexy." That's got some nice curves, and the blade geometry and all those things. All those things you hear, and you're like, "I don't even know what you're talking about." But then you see something, you're like, I think I get it.
It clicks.
I think I get it. But yeah, I love this. A lot of people like that Warncliffe blade. It's great if you got to poke and cut something. Being carbon steel, again, it's going to be a great workhorse. These are the same size, basically the same scale as our trapper, so 4 1/8 inches. So it's meant to work, right? It's a little bit larger knife, larger certainly than the mini copper lock, but a great one. So you're going to have that one in the natural carbon steel. Couldn't do without a trapper.
Couldn't do without a trapper.
So you're going to have that. Again, just a natural bone. There's no fancy bells and whistles. You do have a little bit, the shield.
Classy.
It's classy. And the shield's that thing that, okay, this just represents me, man. I'm an American. So you're going to have that one, traditional trapper. And then the peanut. And we get asked a lot, what the small patterns in carbon, do people use those? And I'm like, so many people like carbon steel. They're like, that's the only knife I want. Now, granted, if I'm working on a farm, a peanut's probably not going to be my knife of choice. But if I just love carbon, I love to sharpen my knife, I want to make sure it's at the ready and keep it sharp. Even if I work in an office building, I open boxes, that's fine. We sell a tremendous amount of small patterns in carbon too, for the same reason we sell large ones. It's just probably they use it for a little different purposes maybe. But yeah, that peanut there with the stars and stripes shield, natural bone, and a lot of these patterns are not in the standard catalog, smooth natural. So we kind of mix that up a little bit. So that is our carbon steel, natural bone, patriotic stars and stripes shield family, and then we got one more family coming out this summer.
Some blue stuff over here.
Yes. So these are sky blue. A lot of folks are like, that kind of looks like Caribbean. We got a lot of different blues, right? We got Mediterranean blue, we got Caribbean blue, we've got navy blue, we got blue, we got sky blue, and this is more of like a liquid, lighter blue in there. So it's going to have.
You can really see it on the edges too.
Yes.
If you look right in there, you can see how the bone's taking the dye, and it's a little bit lighter.
Yes, it's going to be a little bit lighter. This has got a little different jig. This has got like our crandall jig, so it's going to be different than what you might see on some of our other saw cut Caribbean or. Even the stuff we're doing with you and the Sea Dragon has got the corncob jigging. So all of this is going to be different. And the color is certainly different as well. So in this, you're going to see this through the summer. It's going to have the arrowhead shield, that great arrowhead case shield. And again, the sky blue. So you're going to have the trapper in that. You're going to have the world famous, your famous, everybody's favorite, I think, becoming my favorite too. The Sodbuster Jr., right?
You're never going to catch Isaac without a
Sodbuster. I know he's got it. He's got a little a knife slip in there. I'm like, man, he's getting fancy on us.
Makes it easy to get out.
Yeah, there you go. That's right. You know where it is, right? You just take it all out and get it from there. But yeah, the Sodbuster Jr. Again, that's going to be a fantastic knife. I think it's going to. I just love the bone on those. We do so many with a synthetic, with the Delrin handles, that it dresses up so nicely when you put a bone handle on it. It is incredible. Full size copper lock.
Yeah.
And you know, as we bring back new patterns from our TC or temporary capacity, not TC, I know, right?
It's me.
We named it after you.
I am temporary
Yeah,
capacity.
it fits. It fits. But we're bringing you back, man. So we're bringing back
Thank
a
you.
little at a time, little at a time. So the copper lock was that. So you're going to see that worked into a lot of our promo families because we didn't have a chance to work it into a lot of our catalog families. So you'll see some of those. You feel like, man, there's a bunch of those, but there's not. There's only going to be like 3 or 4 all year. They're just going to be worked in some of those families.
Yeah.
So yes, the copper lock we're super excited about to have those, and that's going to be the full size with the regular traditional clip blade. Mini trapper, you know, most of our families, a trapper, a mini trapper, a lot of times the sod busters, there'll be a 3-bladed knife usually in all those. Just trying to make sure that we cover the gamut of those most desirable patterns, and then we'll work collector patterns in, and we'll work some unique stuff so that we don't want everything to feel like it's the same. But trapper, mini trapper, sod buster can be hard to get away from. But so you're going to find that in this family as well.
Of course, the peanut.
The peanut.
That's your baby.
Yes,
right
that's my baby. That's one of those. So in this one, you know, a lot of times we'll do either a peanut or a toothpick, because this family is going to be one that's going to be through like a Father's Day specials and stuff like that. We did both, so you'll see just some of those core items in there. Peanut and Tobias, if he's watching this one, which I'm sure he does. He watches them all, right?
Oh yeah.
We got the toothpick in there as well. So again, the sky blue. You're going to have all of these, all 7 patterns in there. And then, of course, it wouldn't be complete.
And I saved this one for last because I know people now are looking at that entire series and saying there's no
3-blade, no
knife.
3-blade.
Yes, there is.
Maury just lied to us. So, yes, so this is just a 3-blade. It's our 18 pattern, medium Stockman. You know, these have obviously just tradition. This is a great, you know, if we ranked our patterns, you know, it's trapper, medium Stockman, mini trapper, Sodbuster Jr., all those.
I love it.
I'm saying, I'm not saying that they're most collected. I'm saying that when you look at those that probably the volume through our factory, you know.
You can't talk
facts. Yeah. Oh, don't talk facts. Okay, never mind.
We can't talk facts. Yeah. I mean, we put sales numbers out there and nobody believes
Nobody believes it. Okay.
Trying to reference
how
we showed stock.
Oh, yeah.
Traditional.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, erase all that. Can you backtrack that? Just cut that out. No, I'm teasing. I just know what we make a lot of, right? So we, you know, we look at those, and it's for different reasons. You know, people love a 3-bladed knife. If you're a farmer or you just want to have multi-blades that you know you can. There'll be one sharp at the ready. If you love that razor sharp, you keep one razor sharp. If you want to cut food with one and keep it clean, you do that. But so mini trapper, medium Stockman, you know, again, Sodbuster Juniors and those sort of things are all good. And then we get into the things that people like. You know, the copper locks and the sow bellies and all those things, which are great. And, you know, usually people are more passionate about those because maybe that's what they collect or that's what they're always looking for. But just when we say our core of the core, it's probably going to be those other patterns. Didn't mean to stir the pot.
No,
I didn't realize that was.
I think that's great.
I didn't realize that was a hot topic.
And it's fun. I mean, looking at those, my papa always carried a Stockman, and I've never actually said why, but it was mainly just like you said. He had one blade that he would cut food with. That was typically the main blade, the key point. He had one blade that he did work with, which was typically the sheep's foot blade.
Right.
And then he had one blade that he cut other things with because he was a cattle farmer.
Because you could, right?
And it's a spay blade.
Yes. So.
So that's why he had that knife.
And I think that's why, you know, you think Stockman and things like that. You know, the names that have just kind of ascended on these patterns, you know, a lot of it was given by their uses or the people that carried it, the trapper, you know, those sort of things. But yeah, a lot of people did that. I want one to clean my fingernails with, and I don't want to use that one to cut an apple with if I'm doing that.
Right.
So yeah, a lot of different uses on those, a lot of different items. Going to see a lot of red, white, and blue from Case this summer. So we're really happy about that. And
what are you carrying?
What am I carrying? Well, today, I don't want to stir the pot here either, but
absolutely.
So two things. Two things.
We got a bridge line.
So this is a bridge line. This is our longhouse. This is the front flipper. I think we did a video on this, so this was new. But I'm never.
Oh,
okay. Okay. So I'm never going to be without a traditional knife, though, right? I'll be honest. I said I carry a peanut. Always carry a peanut. I flew back from a trade show not long ago, and I wasn't checking a bag. So I packed my peanut into the booth samples, which I haven't got back. I'll get them back, but I wouldn't be without one. So I dug a little deeper.
Oh,
and I,
wow.
I actually have a cheetah cub that this is kind of nasty here, but I actually
That's
have
a cool one right there.
That is a cheetah cub. That is this hasn't been made in, gosh, probably going on 10 years.
Yeah, I was about to say 10 or 11 years.
And you can see I didn't just pack this today because I was coming here. I didn't know you were going to ask me for a pocket check, but the few people if I was using this knife, they're like, whoa, what is that? And I'm like, so yeah, this is a great little knife. So, yep, that's my modern or bridge line. So modern traditional and my traditional. My peanut that I carry, it's got my name on it. I'll get back, unpack the booth, find that knife, and put it back in my pocket. But yeah, never without one of each. Right? I've started carrying the modern stuff because I do like it.
Right.
I like a pocket clip. I like the steel. I mean, that's got the the S35 and some of those great steels in it. So I like that too. But I'm a traditional guy, so I'm going to have a traditional knife at all times.
Well, I'm actually carrying an old one for me. This is one that I bought back in 2007. So I was living in Nashville at the time, trying to make it in music, and was a huge Johnny Cash fan. In fact, my entertainment lawyer was Johnny Cash's lawyer.
Oh, no way. No way.
And I came over here just to get away for a few days, had to visit Smoky Mountain Knife Works, and I bought my Cash Stockman right here.
Oh, wow.
Even has the Man in Black.
Oh,
right
the
there.
silhouette. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So,
that was a great license for us. And there's so many people just like you. And it's, you think John Wayne, Johnny Cash, those iconic figures that, they transcend generations, and right. So again, that's something very personal with Case, right? You were in the music industry. You were, you were being inspired and probably trying to, stay motivated and everything else. But and Johnny Cash is a good way to do that.
Oh, yeah.
So you're doing pretty good in your music too.
I'm working on it. That's a hobby for me now.
Yeah.
That's not it was a career for me for about 20 years, and now it's a hobby. So I'm having fun.
If you're having fun with it, that's good, because this is a pretty good career. You're doing a good job with this one too. We like that.
This is my passion.
It's a lot of fun. And I know seeing what you carry, the stories, like you said, it ties you into your grandparents, your grandpa, and everybody else. So really good stuff. But
well, Maury, thank you so much. Any secrets you can give us before we head out? Oh,
don't tell me.
So there's more stuff coming out of the vault that.
Don't tell Isaac.
Temporary capacity.
No, we're. I will be back. I talked to you and Isaac earlier, and before Blade Show,
we got some Blade Show.
We got some Blade Show stuff coming out. We've got some other really strong releases that we're excited about. I do hope everybody will come to the Case event at Smoky, June 29th.
Yep.
Right. We've got some really good stuff.
That's going to be a huge event, and we actually just heard that there's going to be a fourth knife there.
Yeah, we usually have 3. Well, sometimes we have 4. We're going to have 4 different knives there. They'll be part of the Case family reunion tour, so there'll be that knife there. We always do a president's knife. We've got some chairman of the board stuff. We're going to throw some things in there to keep it exciting. We always do, but this year is not going to disappoint. So June 29th, mark your calendars. Going to be a great day at Smoky. Yeah. It's always a great day at Smoky. But
a lot of great giveaways. We're going to have T-shirts, all kinds of stuff. Yeah. So it's going to be a huge event. Really looking forward to it.
Case, we're kind of young into this. We're 135 years old this year. So we're going to do some stuff to celebrate 135 years of American-made cutlery manufacturing. There's no better place to do that than at Smoky Mountain Knife Works. So there'll be a lot of that kind of stuff, a lot of cool stuff coming, and hopefully you'll invite me back to share some more secrets that I don't have to whisper in your ear, so we'll be ready to go.
There we go. All right, thank you so much, man.
Thank you.
And as always, folks, if it cuts like a case, then we carry it.